We picked up the Keniac combo and we got 2 extra chicken fingers for Zoya. Zoya can't eat this, you guys. She's 3 months now. But anyways, by the way, Happy New Year. It is now 2023 and we're gonna start this video with a bang with Zoya in the background.
Let's see what she's actually doing. So right now she's watching her show Canticos and she loves Nikki, Kiki, and Ricky.
Let me scoot over so you could get in, babe.
I know, because I am starving. I'm starving. Gosh.
You said I'm starving.
I can't even talk right from how hungry I am, guys. On the way to Cane's, we thought to ourselves, why don't we do a little story time? We really don't be telling stories on YouTube, but today is the day that we tell a little story time. And by the way, we haven't ate Cane's in so long. Prices at Cane's has gone up crazy.
Do you remember when it used to cost like, what, maybe like $8?
She is having a field day over there with her cartoons. But either way, guys, this is the reality. Having a baby, it's going to be hard to film. So it's a little story time / mukbang. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Hand me a fry?
They simped us on the fries. They gave us like 10 fries. She said, oh no, because she got sauce on her runner. So Monique is low-key OCD. Not even low-key, high-key OCD.
Who's that?
Everybody. Everybody know you're OCD. Story time. So I got this infamous story from when Monique and I first started dating. Almost, how long have we been, this year, how long will it be?
We've been together for 12 years.
All right. So let's rewind back almost 12 years ago. Let me tell you about this story. Back in the day, when we was youngins, and I would sneak over to Monique's house without her parents knowing.
That's the cookies.
That's the cookies. We gotta take the cookies out.
You don't gotta tell me and chow them down.
Chow down city. Alright, so I think about 11 years ago, Monique and I, when we first started dating, her parents didn't even know I existed. So I would sneak over to her house around 8, 9 o'clock when her dad would go to work on third shift. Monday through Saturday, I would come over, hang out with her sisters, watch TV, especially the Disney Channel, because she loved Disney Channel. And so did the girls. All of a sudden, we hear the door. Doo, doo, doo. I freak out. I'm like, what do I do? I was literally going to stay there and confront her dad. And Monique's like, you better hide right now. Listen to this. I'm like, I'm just going to confront him. She's like, no, you're not confronting him at all. You either going to hide in the closet or get under the bed. So I just hide under the bed. I'm laying there. I'm nervous. Like, I'm talking about my chest. My heart is like about to come out of my chest. I don't have my shoes on, anything. And next thing you know, Monique's dad got to the house. I did the whole, me and her went back and forth like, I'm gonna just confront him, babe, don't worry about it. And then she was like, no, you're not. I'm hiding under the bed. And all of a sudden, I hear her dad coming up. I am terrified. Like, I'm like, oh, he gonna find me. He comes to the room. You guys start talking. I don't even know what they're saying the whole entire time. Mind you, I don't even know what Monique's dad looked like. I have no idea what his face looks like. Nothing. I never seen a picture. And we were probably dating like 6 or 7 months. No encounters, nothing. The whole time I'm just thinking about controlling my breathing. I was trying not to breathe hard or make any type of noise underneath the bed because I didn't want to get caught. Like, how pissed would you be as a dad if you found a boy in your daughter's closet or under the bed? So eventually he leaves. He goes to the other room. I decided it was time to jump out the window. Mind you guys, it's a second story house. I'm on the second floor, sitting on the roof. Once I climbed out, Monique's like handing me my shoes and my socks and everything. I knew the jump was so far down, like literally like a 15-foot jump. I'm just sitting on the side of the roof contemplating on like when, oh my God, where do I jump? Like, what if I break my leg? Everything. And then I just remember Monique texting me like, have you jumped yet? And I was like, no. And she was like, what are you waiting for? Jump right now. And that was like that extra kick to like, all right, I got to jump. So I jumped down. Bam, I land. And it hurt my knees so bad. Like, it hurt badly. Like, my knees hurt so bad. Zoya's having a field day right now with the cartoons. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to be sorry. She's part of the vlog, all right? Part of this mukbang. But my knees started hurting. So once I land, I'm thinking quick, like, where do I go? So
Zoya, is it an ad again?
Alright guys, so I'm going to sit Zoya in here. This story time is going to take like 6 years.
Here she comes.
Here comes the queen of the house, or the princess. You're not the queen, mommy's the queen. Say hi, mamas. You can't eat canes yet, okay?
Want to try? You're the cutest, Zoya.
Back to the story. I get down. Once I land, I'm like just pacing, trying to figure out what to do. So for some reason, I just run straight for the alleyway. Once I'm in the alleyway, I take off my shoes because, again, it's raining. I didn't want to mess them up. Took off my shoes, took off my socks. And then all of a sudden, like, I step in something. It's dog shit. So I got dog shit all on my foot. She texted me and tells me, oh, Dad's about to leave. You could come back in. So I'm just like sitting outside in the rain, waiting. And then her dad leaves. He went back to work. Once he left, I come back on the patio. And she's like, oh, babe, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. But I stepped in dog shit. And then next thing you know, she's cracking up. We're in the bathtub. I'm scrubbing my feet away. And I stayed there till like probably like 5 a.m. and then went to school the next day. I jumped out of that house a good 3 times. But the funny story is her dad knew that I was jumping out the window and just didn't say anything at all. Right after the wedding was like, oh, you know, I knew that you were jumping out the house. And I was like, what? You knew? And yeah, he did know. The neighbor said, oh, by the way, when you came home the other night, a black kid was jumping out the window. And it was the funniest thing ever when he actually told us. Like, I thought this whole entire time he didn't know about it, but he did know about it.
Yeah, you thought you were like all sneaky, but nope.
We thought we were like just sneaky enough to get through it.
I saved you some chicken, by the way.
Thank God. I was
chowing down. I'm good now.
Like the whole story time, she's chowing down. So
I was all quiet, like zip, zoom, zoom, zoom.
She said she had her own story, so while she tells her story, I'm gonna chow down on these cold ass fries.
Soggy too, because they're like
soggy,
cold.
And then I'm gonna chow down on this cold chicken. But not even a chicken. This is a chicken nugget.
Oh my gosh, I know. They
literally
like
a chicken.
On it.
I ain't going to Cane's anymore. This is not worth it.
Not worth it?
Not worth it. No way.
Okay, so my story time. Are you ready?
I'm ready to eat and listen.
Alright, so there was this one time I was at home, just me and my brother, and the girls were home too, but they were little. So we were all why are you laughing? Because you know
I know the story. Yeah.
Alright, so we were all in the house. My dad was at work, and this is like again like at night. We heard this noise, and we were just like, what is that sound? You know, I literally thought that somebody was breaking into the house because I heard like a thump, you know, and like I heard like something like moving around. Like I didn't even know what it was, but I was so terrified. I was so scared, and I was like, what is it? It's not my dad. I was freaking out. Someone's into the house. Like my dad's not here. You were already outside, I think, right?
No, I was like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, like Reese was on his way over to the house already
to spend the night pretty much, and that.
So Reese was on the way to the house, and I was just like, okay, Reese isn't here yet because he would have called me and told me, and like I have to open the door for him. I told Reese, like, before you come, like, see if you see anybody, you know? The craziest thing, you guys, the craziest thing. And I threw the keys down the window, and I was like, okay, open the door and come into the house. And he came in through the back, right? You guys, I'm still on the phone with him, and he's already in the house, and I was like, okay, like, is somebody here? The craziest thing, you think someone's breaking into the house. Why am I walking down the steps, right? And it's dark out. And we have the curtains in the kitchen, okay, you guys? Like, we have curtains in the kitchen. My dad, old school, he likes, like, you know, curtains in the kitchen. Curtains in the kitchen. I put my hand in, like, first. I went like this. Like, if somebody's gonna take me, they just gonna take me. And I open it, and I see Reese, obviously, and we just both looking at each other because, like, there's a trash can on the ground. And I'm like, who's in the house? Somebody gotta be in the basement, you know? My brother came downstairs, and he had the BB gun.
It was the one that you, like, cock like this.
He had a BB gun. He brought it down. We're like, all right, shit, we about to do this right now. So we go downstairs to the basement because ain't nobody in the kitchen, right? And like I came from downstairs, right? So no one's in the living room, kitchen. Last place is the basement. Oh my gosh. So we went down to the basement and we all like scared, but we hear things, right? We go down there. It was a possum in the house. Oh my God, that shit was so crazy.
It was low-key the scariest thing ever.
It was so crazy.
We thought it was like an intruder. So tell them how we were going down the steps.
We were going down the steps like this. So like I think it was Reese, DeAndre, then me, right?
Yeah,
it was like that we're going down the steps. We're all holding on to each other. If there was really an intruder, like, don't do this. Like, don't do what we did. Like, now that I think back on, like, we are crazy. Like, we really thought somebody was inside the house intruding. We have a BB gun. It's just us three. Why did we not call the cops or nobody else? I don't know. Possum was just...
It started freaking out. Like, we didn't...
Oh, my gosh.
So, what do we do? We took one shot.
Poof.
Hit it. And then it ran over to the corner.
Oh.
And mind you, possums have rabies. We thought it was a raccoon, but then we was like, it's not a raccoon because they had them crazy teeth and the crazy eyes, and then they had like a rat tail.
And it was so big, like it was a big possum. And oh my gosh, I called my dad and I told him, I don't know why I didn't call him before. I think it was because I knew that Reese was coming over. My dad grabbed the possum.
So he grabbed the bed sheet and he wrapped the possum around, tied it up, and took it outside. Mm-hmm. But before we actually left, the way that we locked the door to the basement so the possum wouldn't come back up into the kitchen or the dining room or living room or even up to the second story, we like put a bunch of stuff. We moved the whole entire refrigerator
just
in front of the basement door to make sure it wouldn't come back up. It was crazy.
How scary.
I don't even know why we did not call the cops or anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what in our right mind, now that I'm like talking about this story and telling you guys, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like how, like, we were not smart when we were younger.
Nah,
because obviously,
we was doing
like,
dumb stuff.
I wanted to say something else and I totally forgot. Hi, Zoya.
So we have little Zoya here since she wants to scream.
So we found out how the possum came into the house. Possum got into the crawl space and came into the basement, went to the kitchen, went into the went into the trash can,
knocked the trash can over. That was the loud bang that you heard.
Yeah, and thankfully, like, that possum wasn't coming upstairs because I really... Could you imagine? Oh, my gosh. I just had, like, a little flash moment. Like, could you imagine being home and next thing you know, you're just chilling in your room and a possum shows up at your door like, hey, what's up? I'm here. Like, could you imagine? Yeah, that's what happened. That was crazy. It was a crazy story. We did bake some cookies, so we're going to eat those cookies. Reese is obsessed with these, like, sugar cookie things.
It's like the holiday cookies. We made a video on these, and they're amazing. So,
ooh,
dang, what happened?
Ooh,
some cane sauce.
That went right into the cane sauce. But you guys, thank you for tuning into this video. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And we will see you in our next video. Peace.
Hey, this is our first video.
First video of the year.